Hey guys, what's up? It's CT out in the garage with Rusty. Today we are going to remove the steering box and the steering column. That way we can get the floor that I have sitting back here into its place, and we can start fitting everything together. I've never done this before, and I'm not sure how it's going to come out, but we're going to take a chance, see what happens. Stay tuned. Okay guys, if you watched the last video, you saw where I removed the steering wheel. Here are some of the pieces and parts from that removal. Here's the steering wheel. We did have a little bit of damage to the steering wheel, but that is fairly common for this vehicle in this situation. These steering wheels just get completely seized on there because of the tolerances are so tight when they manufacture them. They do not want to come off, but we were able to get it off with the puller that I picked up from Harbor Freight. I did damage the threads a little bit. Hopefully we can clean these up. I'm not sure what size that is, but I need to find out and see if I can get a thread cleaner to clean that up, and I'll order a new nut from Wolfsburg West. Also, Wolfsburg West has the bushing, this rubber bushing that fits into this holder here. We'll get this cleaned up. Wolfsburg West has this little knee cushion that goes on here. We'll get some new screws. We'll get all this cleaned up at some point. But this tube needs to come out. This is a hollow tube, and the shaft goes down into it. That all needs to come out, and it's attached to the steering gearbox. So what we're going to try to do today is get that whole steering mechanism loose and pull it out. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We're going to try. Let's see what happens. But we need to get this out so we have clear access for the floor. And let me show you what I mean by that. Alright guys, so here's the floor. This is the new floor that we got from Wolfsburg West. And in order to put this in, you know, you've got to remove a lot of things so that you can get a clear flat surface in there to lay this in. We removed the emergency brake pedal and the brake pedal, the gas pedal, the clutch pedal, and the steering column is the last piece to come out. And it needs to come out because it's got to go through this hole right here. And in order to do that, you can almost get it on there, but you know, it hits the dash, and this isn't moving, so we've got to get this out so we can just slip it right in there, nice and easy. Okay guys, so there is some information in the book about this. Steering gear removal and installation. So I've read over these a few times, and so far so good. We've got the steering wheel off, we've got everything loose from the floor. There is no floor. So we'll read through these directions real quick and apply them as needed. But there it is, you see I'm pulling it out here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get enough clearance off the floor, but we're going to find out. Stay tuned. Alright, let's get underneath and take a closer look. See what it is we have to loosen and get loose. Okay. There is the steering box. It is dirty. I might hit it with some brake cleaner and try to clean up some of those bolt heads first so I don't get grease all over the sockets. But there it is. Let's get it cleaned up and start pulling it apart. Alright guys, well I was going to try to clean it, but the brake clean didn't really work. Let's just dive right into it. It's kind of difficult to get under there with a brush and cleaner, so I'll just clean my tools after the fact. So let's get in there, see see if we can get that thing off. We need to get this lock pin out, pull that out, loosen this nut, and see if we can pull that off the shaft. We might need the puller to pull that off. And then we've got some different bolts here and there that need to come off. So let's get started. There it is. All right, let's see what size nut this is. All right, so it appears to be a 30, as far as I can tell. I got a breaker bar. Let's see if we can break this loose. There we go. I'll get my drill. All right, got that off. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so we got that nut off. This might be pressed on there. I think I saw in the manual where we have to press that off with the puller. So let's see if we can get that off. Looks like it's moving a little bit. All right, we got it. Very nice. Man, that puller has come in handy already. Very cool. Alright guys, you saw it. It's off. It was pretty tight, but it eventually broke free, and that's what it said to do in the manual. That puller's coming in pretty handy. So looks like now we just need to get these out, as far as I can tell, and maybe that one, and maybe that one, and I think the whole thing should pop out of there. Stay tuned. Alright guys, let's see if we can get these bolts off of here. These are 17 mil. Let's put the breaker bar on there and knock them off. I'm just gonna hold this with one hand and see if we can get them. Well, maybe not. Hold on. Alright, let's see if we can get these off. Hold on. Alright, let's see if we can break these loose. Oh, that was loose. Those are pretty loose. They're not loose, they're just not super tight. Okay. All right. Put those on the drill on there and just pop them off. Oh look, the washer on that one was busted. There it goes. Look at that. Nice. We got to disconnect the horn. All right, horn is disconnected. There it is, guys. Check it out. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Awesome. See, it just slid right up in there. Slide it out. Ah, there it is. There it is. Freaking awesome. I got that off without messing anything up. Those old numbers on there. Pretty cool. Not sure what that is. company that made the steering box, maybe. I don't see a VW on it anywhere. Oh, there's a VW on that plate. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There's the horn switch, or horn connector. There's a closer look at that hole. So, I don't know if it's necessary to replace this. We could just patch that maybe with some JB Weld or something. We're gonna need to clean up these threads. When I took the steering wheel off, I kind of screwed those threads up a little bit, but we might take this all apart and check everything. That might be a fun project. So anyway, there is the steering column. Look at that. It is out. So pretty cool, pretty cool. There is the that's part of that new puller set that we bought. Came in handy today. 2 days in a row I used that, or 2 times in a row. Pretty cool. So here are pieces and parts that came out of there. Another one here. Well, we'll get these all cleaned up. Should be able to reuse those. We might get some, if they have, yeah, we'll see how good they clean up. This should be fine. Obviously we'll get a new cotter pin, safety pin, whatever they call those. And that washer broke, so we need a new one for this one. But it's pretty cool. So we should be able to put the floor in there now. Let's see if we can get it in here. Just to do a test fitment. Hold on. Let's grab the floor and see if it fits. There may still be some other stuff in the way, but let's find out. Well guys, here's a general idea of the floor. Looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of, we might have to tweak it just a little bit here to get it to go down properly. But there's some fitment issues. We probably have to tweak just a little bit, just because the original body is probably a little warped or tweaked out because of all the rust, I would imagine. But the original lip was up here. That's where this lip right here goes. This lip here goes up here, so it's gonna sit up there somewhere, about there. And then this will go down like so. We gotta get the fitment just right. But that's basically it right there. That's the floor. Let me go get the seat pedestal real quick. We'll check that out. Alright guys, here is the seat pedestal for the driver's side. So you can see there's the floor. Just fitted in there a little bit, and then just kind of give you an idea of how it's going to look. Okay. See how that lines up there? Not bad, not bad. And then, let's see, where are the dog legs? And then you got the dog leg. All right, let's see if we can set this up. Okay. It's the dog seat pedestal. Something like that. And then the dog leg. We'll go in there something like that. Something like that. Boom. Look at that. That's gonna be that's gonna be nice. Yeah. Wow, you can kind of see it coming together, can't you? See why we needed to get the steering wheel out of there? And the steering column. You get all that stuff out of the way, get everything cleaned up, and then you can fit the floor and the seat pedestals properly. It's gonna look awesome. Alright guys, there it is. There is the steering gear mechanism out. Steering column shaft out. Steering wheel out. Boom. Making some progress. Feels good. Alright guys. See you on the next one. Later.